Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Azila. This is my video. I will explain about the classification essay. What is the classification essay? In a classification essay, a reader organizes or sort things into categories. The characteristic classification essay, uh, the first is sort things into useful categories. The second, make sure all categories follow a single organizing principle. And the last is the example, give example that fit into each category. The introductory of a classification. When writing a division, you and classification essay, you should develop a strong introduction that grabs the reader's attention. Your introductory paragraph should also explain precisely what you intend to do in the essay, which is to break a larger concept down into smaller parts so it can be more easily used. The basic part of the introduction is the thesis statement. The standard of the thesis statement depends on how well it reveals the topic and its classification. It is just in if the specific categories chosen for the classification. The thesis statement has very determined logical structure. It usually includes the topic and how it is classified. Sometimes the categories are named. The body paragraph of classification essay. In the body of your paragraph, you should develop at least one paragraph to each of the categories. You have developed when breaking the legal concept down into similar pitch. You should describe the category as well, each of the elements within then category. In addition, each paragraph should provide some explanation of how the similar elements fit into the big picture. In good classification essay, each category must follow on one organizing principle. The categories can be organized on the basis of forming different groups of arguments. The conclusion of the classification essay. The conclusion of your essay is a summary of the analysis categories, and it is here that the thesis is written. This part of the essay is used to tie all our material together to enable the reader to develop a strong understanding of what your particular essay was about. Example paragraph. Opening food mind covering substantial Indonesia. Food is a number of substances that are consumed to provide nutritional support for the body. Food can be from plants or animals. Healthy food is food that contains essential energy and is good for health. These essential energies are carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and so on. As a result, food can produce energy, sustain life, or stimulate growth. Meals and be divided into three based on the order of service: appetizer, main course, and dessert. An appetizer, the first course that is served before the main course. In addition, appetizer can stimulate appetite. Appetizers are usually served as small portions because they are appetizer. Example of appetizer are bakwan, spring roll, eggs martabak, batagor, surabi, and others. The second dish was the main course. In addition, the main course is served after the appetizer. A main course can be more filling because it contains more energy than an appetizer. Example of main course or soup. rice padang, fried rice, spinach rice, soup, satay, fried noodles, tumpeng rice, yellow rice, meatball, and others. Dessert. Beside, dessert is the last dish. Dessert is served after the main course. Moreover, this dessert is a refresher after eating the main course. Dessert is served in small portions. The portions is smaller than the appetizer and main course portion. An example of dessert is the fresh fruit platter. It is a type of making fruit. This fruit is rich in the water. That can be used are watermelon, pineapple, apple, kiwi, and other. In short, based on other observers, the food can be divided into three. Three are appetizer, main course, and dessert. In addition, appetizer, main course, and dessert have their respective occasion. The portion and samples of each meal are also different. Each of them is very important for our body. However, the main course is the most important because it contains more energy than our appetizer or a dessert. Introductory and the thesis statement of the classification essay of the paragraph. Food is a number of substances that are consumed to provide nutritional support for the body. Food can be from plants or animals. Healthy food is food that contains essential energy and is good for health. These essential energies are carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and so on. As a result, food can produce energy, sustain life, or stimulate growth. Meal can be divided into three baskets of the order of service: appetizer, main course, and dessert. The sentence about the introductory of the classification essay. Um, Food is a number of substances that are consumed to provide nutritional support for the body. This sentence about the thesis statement of the classification of essay. This is the body paragraph of the classification of essay. And the last is the conclusion of the classification of essay. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.